God's sake, I've got something to say. I mean, come on, it's almost embarrassing. Mountain Tarns, magnets for weary hikers and wild campers. Desirable place to pitch a tent, find fresh water, chill and have a brew. Tarns also in many cases provide excellent shelter from the wind. This is because more often than not they sit in a bowl and have high crags around them. After finding somewhere to park the car, I make my way through the not so small village of Grasmere. It's not long before I'm well on my way to my first tarn of the day, Codale Tarn. Hello and welcome back to the channel. And I'm back out in the Lake District. Surprise, surprise. I know I'm always here, but it's because I love it so much. And it's easy for me to get to. So I have just passed Codale Tarn, but that's a bit low for me to stay at. I'm going to be staying at a different tarn. And if you haven't guessed, it's Codale Tarn. Now I have camped there before, but it was quite a while ago. I did it with a friend of mine from work, but I enjoyed it so much that I think I'm going to go back. And this is back on the theme of tarn camping. So today's video hasn't really got a theme. It may have when I put the video out, but at the moment I'm just going to stay at the tarn. Nothing special. Oh yes, I do have a new backpack, you might have noticed. But I have got a little tipple for tonight, a little bit of wine, and I have got some nice food, which I will show you later. I've got something to say. Now this area is really beautiful and it's very popular with day walkers and day hikers, but it is also popular with wild campers as well because it's Codale Tarn is easy to get to. But I think Codale Tarn is a little bit too low unless you're going really late. But I've just passed some rubbish, a tent all piled up on a rock with some rocks on top. Obviously somebody's tried to tidy up but isn't prepared to carry it down. And I don't think I am either, so I don't know who's going to carry it down. It looks like quite a big heavy tent and it's sodden wet. Who the hell would just leave a tent? I know if you're going to bother and you have to get away, get down quickly so that you're safe, fair enough. But you'd think you'd come back up for your tent. I mean, I would. But this tent doesn't really look like a tent that's suitable for mountain camping at all, or this kind of weather. I guess what I'm trying to say is, please don't leave any trace. The saying is leave no trace, because it's going to get spoilt for people like me and people that take a lot of care. I would be technically neglecting my duties as a YouTuber or a wannabe YouTuber if I didn't put something on here saying, take your crap home. For God's sake. I'm going to spoil it for everybody. Yeah, it's tolerated now. How long for if you keep leaving your crap on the mountain? I mean, come on, it's almost embarrassing to think that hikers would look at me with a backpack on thinking, oh, it's one of them wild campers who leaves rubbish and tents and crap all over the place. It's embarrassing. I would hate to think people are looking at me like that, or anybody else who just wants to enjoy the fells. Now we're going up there, not all the way at the top, just about halfway up, and then just up onto that ridge, and behind there somewhere is Codale Tarn. I can't completely remember where it is. You've got to turn right off the path a little bit and go a little bit cross country. You get to a path, but it doesn't seem to be on the map. Oh wow, so I'm at Codale Tarn now, finally. That took it out of us that a little bit, and we've got around about, it's about 3 o'clock, so we've got about an hour and a half before it's pitch black. So by that time I want to fly me drone a bit and get me tent up, get me bearings. Anyway, I have found a pitch and I'll show you. So this is it, just there, and this is my view. Nice cup of tea. Well, I do have neighbours across the other side of the tarn. Nothing I can do about that though, they're just enjoying the same thing I am. So I'll have to be a bit quieter. Anyway, I'm going to chill out for a little bit and then I'm going to cook some food. Well, it's that time, it's time for a tipple. And I've got this wine. Zinfandel Rose. It's a rosé wine from USA. I think that's how you pronounce it anyway. I'm going to sit outside and sup this for a little bit. So the hillside is alight with torches. There's around about 30 people over the other side of the tarn doing their mountain training. There was a young lady came over and apologised for the amount of people that were there camping, and lights and torches and noise, which I responded to. I don't really care. Doesn't really bother us. But it was kind of them to say so anyway. So they'll be wandering around the tarn all night doing their mountain training with their torches. Anyway, I've drank my wine. I'm going to have a little sup of some Southern Comfort, and then I'm going to make something to eat. So I'm sorry about the lateness of this, but I'm a little bit crowded. A lot of people about. Anyway, it is pitch black, but this is my setup. I am sort of getting set up for winter. So I am in the Hilleberg Solo Red Label. As always in winter, I do have my fitted insulated foil mat. It provides a bit of protection for my Sea to Summit Etherlite XT, which you might remember in previous videos I've had a bit of problems with, and I had to get a new one sent to me from Sea to Summit for a specific problem that I had with them. Now I'm having that problem again with this one, so we'll see how that goes. I may have to contact them and get a refund, and we'll see how we get on with that. Anyway, I am in the OEX Leviathan EV down sleeping bag, and I have a flex tail. I have the flex tail pillow, and the new backpack I am using is a RAB one, 50 litre. It begins with an M. I can't actually remember the name of it, but I will do a separate video on that if you're interested, and I'll let you know what I think of it. I've got various crap lying all over the place, very disorganised. Right, it's time for tea. I'm hoping I'm getting everything set up. And yeah, I do have two cookers. I do have my new bioethanol cooker for boiling water for my mashed potato and southern fried gravy, and I do have this cooker with gas and a jet boil skillet to cook my burgers. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Burgers. No oil, unfortunately. I have this little pot, the titanium cook set pot for making my gravy in, and obviously I have this to boil my water in for the gravy, and the mashed potato, which is in powder form. God, this is so complex, I need a drink. I've got lights all over the place, 2 cameras, 2 cookers, a skillet, 2 pots. So this is a new cooker I've bought. The little stand, super lightweight. It's for those nights when I'm just boiling water. But I have brought it today to try it out. Preferably when I don't need it, but I want to fill it up with this. I won't put that on just yet. Right, so I'm going to switch this cooker on now. I'll just put this to one side. I've topped it up with some fuel, and if you watch my channel you will know that I've always had a problem with spirit burner cookers, always have. So that's lit. That should boil me water. I am leaving space in this frying pan for my mushy peas, and in this little pot I do have mashed potato to pour boiling water on, and I'll leave some hot water in the pot for this, which is southern fried gravy. We're cooking on gas now. One thing you can't see or hear or smell, I'll rephrase that, one thing you can't smell is the smell. This smells beautiful. So the water's nearly boiled, so I'm going to stick these mushy peas in here now. I still have no idea how this is going to work. Right, the water's not quite boiling yet, but as soon as it is, I'm going to pour it on the mashed potato. I'm winging it, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Oh yes. That is mashed potato done. I've never fried mushy peas before. Right, it is time for the gravy granules, and I have no idea if this is going to work. Going to get them in, give it a stir. The burgers are done, mushy peas are done, and the gravy is done. Right, I'm ready to dish up now. Everything's getting turned off. That in itself is a task. Right, I have one's plate here. Let's start dishing up. First of all, I'm going to go for the 2 burgers on the plate. There we go. I'm going to go for some mashed potatoes. And then I'm going to go for some mushy peas. And then it is the turn of the gravy. Here it goes. And there it is. 2 beef burgers, mashed potato, mushy peas and southern fried gravy. Let's see. Wow. Best ever. I'm going to enjoy this. Well, I am in my bag, nice and warm, all wrapped up. The temperature has plummeted. I enjoyed my tea. I hope you did. It was a right faff on making it. Well, actually it wasn't. It was easy to make it. It was difficult videoing it. So I hope you appreciate it. Anyway, I've been sitting watching the light show. All the trainee mountaineers wandering around the hillside in the dark with their torches. I didn't see any fall over or any rolling down hills, so it seems like they're all okay. So I'm going to finish my sun comfort, and I'm going to watch a few videos, and then I'm going to go to sleep, and I'll catch you in the morning bright and early. Good morning. I had a canny sleep last night, although I did get woken up this morning by the sound of the mountain trainees on the other side of the Tarn. But it was time to get up anyway. I was going to sleep in. It's a fairly chilly morning, and I've already had my coffee and my breakfast. I didn't do a lot of videoing last night, and the reason for that is there was a lot of people about. I've just got the tent to pack up. There's not a lot left to do. Well, that is it. The tent is away. I'm all packed up and ready to set off. And always remember, leave no trace, as always. So if you've enjoyed watching this video, drop us a like, subscribe, and drop a comment, and I'll get back to you. And I'll see you on the next one.